It's crazy that there are so many countries in the world that speak English, but sometimes it's still so hard to understand what they're saying based on their accent, pronunciation, or even like some slang words that we don't use at all in the States. So, you know, I've had a little taste of this since I grew up with a British dad. And again, when I was living in Vietnam and my friends were predominantly Irish, and we would always joke around about how sometimes we had no idea what the other person was saying, even though we're both speaking English. So now that I've been living in the UK for a little bit, I thought it'd be fun to put together this video of words that might confuse you as an American if you're visiting the UK. I'll break it down into sections. So first, we're gonna start off with foods. So some of these are based on French language that just so happen to be used here in the UK and in Canada and some other places, but we just use different words in the States. So they say courgette for zucchini, coriander for cilantro, aubergine for eggplant, and rocket for arugula. And this one's not technically food, but it is grocery store related. They say kitchen roll instead of paper towels. And this one is super, super funny to me because like I said in a few other videos, my dad was born and raised in Oxford and moved to the States in his like mid-20s. So I specifically remember one time him asking me to get the kitchen roll from the garage. And I genuinely had no idea what he was asking me to do. He was just getting mad at me because we weren't understanding each other. And finally I'm like, oh, you want me to get paper towels from the garage? Okay. So obviously garage is the same word, it's just pronounced differently, which I won't really dive deep into in this video because there are just way too many examples of Americans and British people using the exact same words but just pronouncing them differently. But here are a few common ones. So in America we say schedule, here they say schedule. I'm still not saying that right. Schedule. I think I'm saying that kind of better, I'm not sure. But either way, we say sk with a k and they do sh, so it's like schedule, schedule. Next, in America, we say leisure, they say leisure, and we say vitamins and they say vitamins. Now let's talk about greetings, which I only have a few of, but they're worth mentioning since that's probably the most common thing you'd say to someone or hear from someone when you're here visiting. Oi is used a lot to get someone's attention. So it's obviously the same as like us saying like, hey. And how's it getting on is the equivalent of like, hey, what's up, or hey, how are you? Now we move on to random words that are just completely different. So they use bit or bits, which is the same as thing or thing. So it's common to hear someone say, you know, they'll pop into the shop and get some bits. Whereas in America, we'd say, I went to the store to get some things. Or like, instead of saying, oh, I need to gather up my things, you'd say, get your bits in the UK, which I honestly find so funny. I love it. Petrol is gas, which honestly most countries use. I think Americans might be the only ones who say gas, and people always ask me why Americans call it gas if it's a liquid, and I have to explain it's short for gasoline, and they still think it's silly. Bonnet is a car hood, and a boot is the car trunk. Mind the gap means the same as watch your step. Quid is another way to say pounds, which obviously Great British pounds is their currency, but it's kind of similar to like when we lived in China, the actual name for the Chinese currency was the Chinese yuan or the renminbi, but we called it kwai because it's just more casual and short. The loo is the bathroom, a trolley is a shopping cart, a pram is a stroller that you push your baby in, trainers are sneakers, trousers are pants, pants are underwear, and a wardrobe is a closet. And most people know this one because of fish and chips, but French fries are chips here, and then what we think of as chips, like potato chips, are called crisps. Queue is a line that you wait in. Tube is the metro or the subway. Flat is an apartment. And lastly, they say bum bag instead of fanny pack, which apparently fanny is a very foul word here, similar to the C word, which I never knew. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's what I heard. So now we'll move on to the most fun part, which are the slang words. So pissed in America means you're super annoyed or angry, like I'm pissed. But they use it differently here in the UK, and it's actually like a super versatile word that you can use in so many ways. So let's see if I can think of all the ways that it can be used. Piss off means go away. Taking the piss means to make fun of someone. Pissing down means raining hard. Piss up is a party that has alcohol. To get pissed or be pissed means to be super drunk or wasted, and pissing myself means laughing really hard. So I'm sure there are more. If you're British and have more piss sayings, please comment down below. I'd love to hear them. Fancy in American English is like extravagant or expensive, but in the UK you use it to describe things that you like I fancy a cup of tea. Cheeky can be like happy or joyful, but also like a little mischievous. It's used more like lightheartedly, not really like as an insult. Like, wow, you're feeling cheeky today, aren't you? Gassed means you're super excited about something, like I'm so gassed for the concert this weekend, which I like that one. I think that one's funny. Rubbish is similar to literally saying trash or that's trash, or you can even argue with what someone's saying by saying like it's not true. So if someone's saying something, you can just respond by saying that's rubbish if you don't agree with it. Now this one I find so interesting and really wonder how it got started. Mint is similar to saying cool or good, and minted means you have money. So that one's really interesting to me. Go on then is similar to literally saying go ahead, but also it's used a lot as like a filler or a response. Like, do you want some tea? Yeah, go on then. Which really doesn't make sense to me as an American, but it seems like it's used a lot for multiple different things. Isn't it is a shortened form of isn't it? I know I'm not saying that correctly. It doesn't sound right with an American accent, but it's very similar to how Americans would ask like, you know what I mean, in a conversation. So I hear it used a lot in daily conversations, just thrown in, you know, in the middle, at the end, just like saying something like, isn't it? Like you want someone to kind of agree with you. And lastly, the phrase I'm easy in America means something similar to sleeping around a lot, but I hear it a lot here more so as like easygoing or like chill. Like my friends always say I'm easy whenever we ask what they want to do or where we should eat tonight. It's like the same as saying like we're good with whatever, we don't really mind either way. So comment down below if you've heard of any other English slang words or pronunciations from the UK, Ireland, Australia, or wherever that's completely different from the US. I'd love to hear them. Now let's take a look at how you can actually move to the UK as an American in regards to visas, how to find an apartment, cost of living, and all that fun stuff.